Tonight we have two very delectable treats, and we're gonna do a little comparison review. As you just saw, I've prepped the coffee because I tried this the other day, and I think that coffee just pairs beautifully with our special snack tonight, and that's gonna be the one and only, the original, the Nutter Butters. What I've also got here though is like a newer, it might be a limited time. These are the Nutter Butter Wafers. And I think my dad got the Wafers just randomly. And then I think a few days later, my mom went to the store and got the regular because she tried the Wafers and didn't love it, but it made her want the original ones, I believe is how both of these ended up in the house. But I figured that's perfect. That's perfect for the type of YouTube videos I be doing. So I had to try to capitalize on the opportunity. Here we are. We're gonna try the original. Here it is. If you're not familiar, this has two cookie outer shells in the beautiful shape of a peanut, and then it's just got peanut butter filling inside. These, unlike Oreos, I feel like with an Oreo, a lot of times you can get a clean pull and get all the frosting on one side. These, the consistency and stickiness of the peanut butter, it's difficult to do that. What I like about these is I feel like there's a nice peanut butter flavor in the cookie itself, and then just like the smooth velvetyness of the kind of pressed peanut butter in the middle. It just works. It works. It's got a nice overall peanut buttery flavor, but then the crunchiness of the cookie paired with the kind of velvety creaminess of the peanut butter. This isn't like normal straight out the jar peanut butter. This reminds me more of like what's in the various Reese's products that are out nowadays, that kind of like pressed down extra sugary candy type of peanut butter. What I was doing the other day that I wanted to showcase because I thought it was extra delicious is just dip this right into the coffee. Let that kind of hang out and soak for a second. Something about the kind of like bitter notes of the coffee bean. I just feel like coffee pairs beautifully with peanut butter. And just that little kind of bitterness of the coffee bean, I feel like it works really wonderful with, because, you know, peanut butter obviously is made from peanuts, a nut, and then coffee is a bean. So it's like they've both got that kind of beany, nutty flavor profile. I feel like those flavor components kind of match up, but then the bitter notes of the coffee kind of paired with the intense sweetness of a peanut butter flavored cookie that I just dropped because I dunked it and held it up. Those two combined, I feel like just pair beautifully and are just extra delicious. And I just made a mess, but you know, we'll worry about that after the video, you know. Hey, I mean, you can't waste 5-second rule, I suppose. Because you can fully taste the flavor of the coffee soaked into it, but then you get that pop of rich sweetness, and it just all melds together. It's just really beautiful in my opinion. I would suggest you try it. If you're a coffee drinker, pick up some Nutter Butters, see for yourself, but all I can say is highly recommend. And I just wanted to show at the start of the video how I've been doing my coffee recently. I've kind of started to get into like trying to craft some nicer lattes and so on and so forth, because I got a bad Starbucks addiction for a while, and I realized I was spending way too much money going there, because that adds up. If you're going any like nicer coffee place, if you're getting a cup of coffee out several times a week, like $6 a cup, that really starts to add up. So I've been trying to like, you know, but I've kind of like formed an addiction to like nicer cups of coffee and just a normal full pot that someone makes at the house, it's just too watery. It's not good. Like once you really get on espresso, like a normal drip cup of coffee, it just tastes water to me. It tastes like water to me. It tastes too watery, and it like drinking espresso, I feel like kind of ruined like a normal pot of coffee for me. But anyways, I've been trying to, do my thing and do like the smaller serving and the other Keurig thing we have. It's like you can put a lot of beans. It's like, it's not the pre-made cups. It's like a thing, and you can like put the grounds in it yourself. And so I've been doing that to try to make like more like espresso at home. I'm drinking decaf now, obviously, because I'm filming this in the middle of the night. I just wanted to showcase that. I would suggest you kind of consider experimenting with that if you're like me and you've found yourself spending too much out at Starbucks or wherever else. All right, I'm kind of talking too much and rambling. Let's go ahead and sample the wafers. I apologize if you just wanted to see the comparison and not hear me talk like for hours at a time. So these come in like a huge bar, and you kind of got to break it up one by one. It's got the kind of pocket right there with the peanut butter filling all inside of each little square. And then it's got the full like kind of classic wafer design on the other side. This side definitely reminds me of the like old school wafer cookies that has one of these on each side. It's got like a little cream filling. Sometimes it'll be like a 3-pack. It'll be like chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry. I've got to say, I've like tasted these already, and I feel like I like those old school kind of wafer cookies better. Like something about the texture of the wafer just doesn't pair as well with the peanut butter as the classic like nut-shaped cookie, in my opinion. It's just fine. I would rate these like fully mid-tier. Not even mid. I might rate these like a 3 out of 10 or so. Like they're just not really doing anything for me. There's nothing that really like stands out or pops. Because the wafer, it's got a lot of like distinct kind of almost flaky texture to it, but I feel like it doesn't have a ton of sweetness or flavor. It tastes kind of bland flavor-wise. And then the peanut butter filling inside of that, I feel like it kind of starts to get lost within the blandness of the wafer, and the texture of it isn't really doing anything to save it. It needs a strong flavor in the filling to like bring that flavor component, because I feel like the wafer itself mainly just brings texture but no flavor, and I feel like the flavor of the peanut butter is getting lost behind the blandness of the wafer in these, in my opinion. I guess we'll try to dunk it in the coffee and see if that helps at all. Because maybe that coffee could be exactly the flavor that we need to bring to this party. I don't know. Because the coffee getting soaked into it kind of ruined the crisp crunch of the wafer, but something about the wafer is just very bland and flavorless to me. It's just really, really taking away from everything. So I gotta say, classic is definitely, in my opinion, significantly better than these new wafer ones. The classic, I don't know. I feel like Nutter Butter you don't see a lot, and people are eating like Oreos more. I feel like if I go to the store and I'm trying to buy some cookies, I would mainly go straight to Oreos, and you kind of just forget about Nutter Butters. I think I would rate them over a 5 out of 10 though. I might give them like a 6, a solid 6. And taking into account that I've, for a while now, I've been trying to be a little more strict with my judgments and not, keeping it real. But like I said, I feel like dipping it in the coffee like that at least bumps it up a point, at least bumps it up to a 7 or so. Because the flavor of the coffee getting soaked in and softening up the cookie, and then just adding more of those notes of flavor from the beans of the coffee. I feel like it really does serve to elevate it. It kind of does take away from the crunch of the cookie on its own as it is. But I feel like everybody loves like a hard cookie made soft when, you know, soaked in milk or coffee or whatever. You know, you can eat half, you can dip half and then eat the other half and still get that texture, but have the flavor of the coffee soaked into it. So I guess I'm just rambling, but I guess the point of the video is that I think the originals are better than these wafers. The wafers are not doing it for me. And then also, like I said, just wanted to encourage everyone to experiment in the barista arts at home. And not to let these coffee places keep taking advantage of you and selling you these foo-foo as lattes for like $6 a pop. It's overpriced, it really is. And I went and got the new sugar cookie latte from Starbucks a few weeks ago, and it was garbage. It was truly garbage. It just had sprinkles on top of it, and the sprinkles were just so out of place on a latte and just tasted so dumb and ridiculous. And it was like, I feel like they're not even trying anymore. They know that everyone that loves Starbucks is going to keep going there, and they're just like putting out some BS. Anyways, I feel like I shouldn't ramble for too long. I guess I'll try to wrap up the video here. Appreciate everybody watching. Would encourage you to subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Leave a comment, let me know your thoughts. All of those things would encourage you to do. And would thank you for watching. And wish everyone a happy holidays, a Merry Christmas. And yeah, just sending you positive thoughts, good vibes and energies, and wishing everybody well. So, have a good one. And cheers. Ooh.